What about on this side? For some reason, I'm thinking it might be by the gazebo. I can't go down into the underground passage. Yeah, so it's not the port, it's not Dracula's. So we've done Alto Street, Dracula's Plaza, and Maida Park. Maybe Banker Street? Hey, done with the endurance test, I see. Mind if I get those back? By all means. Impressive. You went pretty far, but they're still in near perfect shape. I'll be able to recommend those to our customers with no reservations at all. Some want to take another good look at them later, but I'm confident enough to order another batch right now. Glad I could be of assistance. Australia Corporation must be quite the company if they've been around for 50 years, though. That's meant to be alright. Still not too well known in Arabonia, though. Particularly because we're historically been one of the most protectionist countries on the continent. It's been changing bit by bit over the past 10 years, thanks to Chancellor Osborne's reforms, though. Those new clause added to the Customs Act at the end of last year, but they relaxed import restrictions too. So it made me to start stocking Australian stuff regularly. Actually. Sure, the nobles are feeling frustrated over that, considering the restriction only benefited them. Yeah, it's a good thing with common people, though. Chancellor Osborne knows what he's doing. Frighteningly well. Pretty much, yeah. Oh yeah, I should give you your reward before I forget. First of all, let me give you a branch to make a new pair of those shoes you just tested out for me. I need someone specific to test the run, but there's no need to worry about that. These. They're transit are free. They'll fit anyone as long as you tie them properly. My thanks. Cheers, cheers. Guess that's that. Thanks again for the test help. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'd be surprised if I hadn't done it. Or, and we'll just keep those. Can I get another pair? I wonder. Nope. Can I talk to the dude? Alright, so... the only thing I haven't... oh, that was from the record. So all I have left now is the burglary to complete. Under this, maybe? Oh! That makes sense. What does it say again? On the back of the white bird by the steel bird perched at the white edge. Steel bird? These appear to be just basic points. So, probably not here. Dust district, maybe? It doesn't seem like it. Wait, steel bird? I wonder if it's an airfield? Maybe try to plaza again? Yeah, spires. Bird. Steel birds perched the water's edge. Logically, it seems like it might be referring to a crane here in Heimdall Port. And that would make it white bird in these containers. I can't see a credit attached to any of them though. The clue said it would be on the bottom. Perhaps we should discuss with whoever's in charge here and ask them to check the containers for us. That'd be Port Chief Danberto. We met him earlier today, so let's see if he's willing to help us. They explained the situation to Port Chief Danberto, who agreed to check on the white containers. And just as I predicted, a card was found affixed to the bottom of one of the containers. How the devil did that get stuck to the bottom like that? You would have been able to attach it without lifting the container. That would have meant using the crane. But when did he do it? None of us ever noticed anything suspicious. Well, he is supposed to be a master of disguise, right? Maybe he disguised himself as one of the workers here? I can only guess as to how he might have done it, but there's definitely not something a normal person could pull off. That aside, what does the card say? Oh yeah, let's see. The final key is also hidden near the water's edge. The crimson crown you seek sleeps within the black art. Nestled in the steel card that flourishes with the minutes. This one's just as obtuse as the others. But it's also hidden near the water's edge. Small indications, I'd say the next one is to get Heimdall Ports too. Just final key and crimson crown too, so at least there's that. Yeah, let's look at what looks like this is the last one. Crimson black cartridge, huh? Black art. Something about black art nestled in this steel card that marches with the minutes. To me that speaks clock, but I don't think there's one here. This is going to work a bit harder. Haven't got the energy to gab all day. This town should be somewhat coming up for it. Let's keep looking. The black art that marches with the minutes. Oh. The steel car. My guess is that the last clue refers to the Oracle tram. That seems to be the best fit. What about marching with the minutes? The tram schedule, of course. Arriving and departing at present times. Heimdall Port is the starting and ending point for all the trams in the city. So you could say that the tram here is waiting for its appointed time. That makes sense in a weird way. This is the place then. Let's get the driver's permission to have a look inside. Excuse me, do you think you could do us a favor? Sure, what do you need? Explain the situation in the tram and ask permission to search inside. The infamous Phantom Thief B hid something in this tram car? Yes, we believe that to be the case. Wow, really? Get where you're coming from. Go on and search as much as you want. Thanks for your cooperation. Looks like this must be the black art mentioned on the card. Phantom Thief appears to have taken no pains to hide it. Isn't that kind of weird? The driver didn't notice it? Maybe Phantom Thief B left it here not too long ago. I wouldn't be so sure. I bet the tram driver is the thief. Anyway, let's have a look inside. Inside the black case rested a tiara embedded with dazzling carnelians. Oh, excuse me. Yep, this is it. So, this is a stored crimson tiara. It has such a fiery glow. Wow, so this thing's worth 100 million merit, huh? I'm almost afraid to handle it. Yeah, we've gotta be really careful about getting this back to the drawers safely. Shroud crimson tiara.
So the tiara really was in there, huh? Now I'm wondering if the last passenger who stepped off the tram was Phantom Thief B himself.
I think you're Phantom Thief B.
I don't remember there being any unusual passengers on board, though.
He is remember, the thief is a master of disguise.
So you have no idea who Phantom Thief B could have been then?
To have done so much and yet left no trace of his presence. He must truly be a master of covering his tracks.
I'll say. But hey, at least we were able to get the tiara back. I suppose that's good enough.
Yeah, Reed's on to him.
Why are you staring at me like that?
I think it's time we put an end to this little charade. Don't you, Baron Blue Blanc? Or should I call you Phantom Thief B?
What?
Yep.
This savory taste is why the unripe fruit is the most delectable of all.
What does it even mean? Unripe fruit?
Wait,
What?
aren't you the Baron we met earlier? But that mask...
That's the mask of Phantom Thief B.
Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Phantom Thief Blue Blanc, otherwise known simply as Phantom Thief B. Baron Blue Blanc is but one of the many roles I have assumed during my pursuits. Incidentally, might I ask when you first discovered my true identity?
It didn't really take much discovering. You went out of your way to show up in the Crystal Garden after all. Now, maybe it's just me, but I find it hard to believe you were seriously trying to hide your identity to begin with. Your disguises? Nothing short of perfect, I have to admit. But with all the work you've put into this, I suspected you might come check on us near the end of your little game.
Ha ha! I see! Excellent deductive reasoning. Simply splendid!
But why would you do something like this? Why go to all the trouble?
Ah, does that interest you? Must there be a motive?
Nah. Now that we know your identity, there's nothing more to discuss.
Theft is a crime.
Indeed. A crime we will not allow to go unpunished.
Oh, what spirited youths you are!
Chaos control?
What? How did he do that?
Just a little trick I like to keep up my sleeve. Regardless, you have provided me with plenty of sport and more than enough entertainment for one day. I will be watching your future achievements with keen interest. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, I bid you adieu.
He disappeared again.
That's quite a little trick.
He might still be nearby. Let's search the area.
And let's search for Phantom Thief B, but try as they might, they found no trace. After reporting the details of the incident to City Hall, they trekked back to the jewelers to return the tiara. Good, good. Back where it should be. Can't believe you were able to recover the tiara safely. How can I ever thank you? I almost got the impression we're the reason you stole it in the first place. Maybe we should apologize to you. Oh no, not at all. Phantom Thief B's conquests have always seemed rather precarious. Just imagined he decided to use all of you as a convenient excuse for his latest escapade. Given how fixated he seemed on us, I don't think that's at all likely. Well, better not to say anything. Indeed, the last thing we want is to cause more confusion here. Afraid I can't offer you much. Please take these as a token of my thanks. All elements have a touch 500. Damn! That's a lot of sepith. Are you sure it's alright to give us this much? This feels like more than we deserve. Well, this is a jewelry boutique, after all. I have more sepith lying around than we know what to do with. Well, that does make sense. Thank you very much. Think nothing of it. That's the least I could do after all you've done for us. I'm gonna save. Almost out of time for the time being. I'm not quite. I can go a little longer. And Manok, I appreciate the follow, my friend. Thank you very much. I'm still trying to get affiliated, so I appreciate it. Whew, that was quite exhausting. Phantom Thief B was even more unpleasant fellow than I had expected. Annoying to think his smug face was watching us the whole time. Yeah, well, his name is pretty well known around here. Planning... Stop it! Excuse me. This plan was suspicious even when we first met him. I didn't think he proved this much of a troublemaker. Something wrong, Reed? I was just thinking. He must be incredibly skilled. He disguised himself so well that he was virtually unrecognizable, not to mention all the other things he did. If this were martial arts we were talking about, he'd definitely be at the master level. I can't disagree. True. But why would someone like that try and mess with us? He specifically asked for Group A, too. Well, I can't imagine why. Hold on. Is it my father again? This is Class 7, Group A. Reed Schroeder speaking. Well, hello. Sounds like you've been keeping yourselves busy. I know it's you, Instructor Sarah. Ooh, got it in one. How'd you guess? Don't tell me. You're smoldering love for your tragically beautiful teacher? I have, many feelings about you, but love would be stretching it. Anyway, you don't usually call us while we're out on a field study. Something wrong? Actually, there is somewhere I'd like Group A to go. When you finish up with what you have to do for your field study, I'd like you to head over to the South District. Okay, let's see. That's where Heimdall Cathedral and the embassies are, right? I think Elise's Academy is somewhere around there, too. Yeah, that's the place. I want all of you to assemble outside St. Austria's School's stroll at 5 o'clock. Group B will be there, too. What? Don't worry, I've already informed the governor about this, so go ahead and enjoy yourselves. Anyway, have fun. Toodles! Hey, hold on. Now what's wrong now? Sounded as though the instructor is being her usual irresponsible self again. Pretty much. I don't know what she's thinking. Green explained to the rest of Team A they were to assemble at St. Austria's School by 5 o'clock. Oh, I know where that is. The Girl Academy for Nobles. Isn't that one of your sister's attendants? I had a few acquaintances who attend there myself. I can't imagine why she'd have us all meet there. Girls Academy, huh? I'm kinda curious. I'm sure she has her reasons. Weird ones, probably. It's almost evening, so we should finish up here and start heading over. Best way to get to the South District is by tram, right? Yeah. Doesn't matter where we catch the tram from, it'll pass through there. I almost dread to think of what we'll have to do when we get there, though. The South District has been added to the locations of selectable. Alright. Why do I have my uniform on? Get out of here. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Why can't I go there now? Oh, I have to. Right, theater. I don't have time to do anything else once we've arrived at the South District. Should we get going? Because I made a story to advance. Yeah, now I want to double check, just to be thorough. And yeah, I think we're good to go. Onward! Find the district.
They were wearing the same uniform as Reen's sister.
Yeah, they must go to St. Estrella too.
So, the famous St. Estrella Girls' School is around here, huh? It's supposed to be a combined middle and high school exclusively for the young ladies of the nobility.
Yeah, this is one part of the capital that the masses have no reason to visit. Although, I can at least support the school's commitment to fostering chastity and rejecting materialism.
You seem to know an awful lot about a fancy girls' school.
Oh, she is calling you out.
No, I don't. This is all just common knowledge.
Anyway, let's go and wait by the front gate.
Yeah, those were the instructor's orders.
I'm feeling kind of nervous, actually.
Why would you?
To men, this academy must seem clad in the mysterious, impenetrable aura of feminine nobility.
That's surprisingly poetic.
I was wondering. Did you not want to come here, Laura?
My father did recommend it to me, but they offered no classes in martial arts. That alone was reason enough to look elsewhere.
She said nope, hard pass.
I can totally understand that.
Though I get the feeling Laura would cause a real uproar if she went to a school for genteel young ladies.
Yeah, I can picture the chaos now.
Oh? I have a number of acquaintances who attend there, and from all I hear, it does seem to be a wonderful school.
But it doesn't teach you how to fight.
I've heard that even Princess Alphen herself is a student there.
Wow, if that's the case, I imagine there would have been a much higher security.
Princess who?
You've seriously never heard of her? I know you're not from Erebonia, but even still.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if plenty of Erebonians didn't know who she is.
Princess Alphen is the daughter of our reigning emperor, His Majesty Emperor Euget. She's supposed to be as sweet as an angel and popular with everyone.
Is that so?
Actually, I believe she's the same age as Fee. I've had the opportunity to meet her once before. She truly is as charming as the rumors suggest.
I figured as much. I've seen photographs of her plenty of times in magazines, though I've never had the opportunity to meet her.
Sounds like she's in the same school year as Elise, come to think of it.
So if that's the case, that would imply that Elise is the same age as Fee as well.
She has a twin brother, too, Prince Cedric. He's the crown prince of Erebonia.
Oh, right. I think I've seen a picture of the prince in a magazine before. Dark blonde hair, like Eustace's brother, right?
Oh, I think you're thinking of Prince Oliver. He's Cedric and Alphen's older brother.
Why isn't he the crown prince then?
I've heard the reason is that his mother was a commoner.
Oh,
It seems like a
yeah.
stupid reason to deny him the right of succession, but That's how nobles do things.
True
I feel
story.
like I've been hearing his name a lot lately. He made a big splash when he came back from Liberl aboard that airship. You know the one, right?
You must be referring to his return aboard the Arcel, after the crisis in Liberl was put to rest.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It really made a big impact. I'd never seen an airship that looked so white and elegant before.
There's a lot of exposition
I
there.
believe my father went to welcome the prince back in his capacity as Imperial Governor, too. And yeah, now that you mention it, that does seem to be when I started hearing his name around a lot more.
Oh, you're all here already.
Ah, you made it.
It's good to see you all again.
You're a bunch of early birds, aren't you?
Well, we just about finished up everything we had to do when we got the call to meet here.
Were you able to finish up everything on your end, too?
As if we'd leave any loose ends. If not for our unfamiliarity with the city, we would have been finished this morning.
Oh.
Every time.
Looks like getting these two to kiss and make up will be an uphill battle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some say that when someone gets under your skin, it means you really care about what they think.
Wait, did you two?
I figured the girls would be the first to notice.
Of course. I apologize for any worry I've caused you.
We're fine now.
Really? That's great! It sure is. Maybe after this field study is over, we can get together and spend the night talking in one of our rooms.
Oh, they want juicy details.
Sounds good.
The thought of a Class 7 pajama party makes me a little embarrassed.
That's girls for you.
Cool groupies.
Girls and sleepovers go together like jam and toast, huh?
That must be Heimdall Cathedral's bell.
It has a solemn, stately sound, wouldn't you say? It sounds so different from how it does in the Ost District. Though that makes sense considering the distance.
That bell ringing must mean it's 5 o'clock, which means it's almost the time we were supposed to meet here.
Reen?
Oh, set up.
Elise, what are you doing here?
What do you mean, what is she doing here? It's her school.
Wait, I guess this is your school, so where else would you be?
There you go.
Yes. I see all of your classmates are with you, too. It's only been a week since we saw you, hasn't it?
Well, we were told to meet here.
Wait a minute. Are you the ones? The 9
Yep.
guests I was told to expect at 5 o'clock sharp?
Yep, Sarah's doing. She's got her fingerprints and name all over it.
Well, there are 9 of us in Class 7. Wait, what?
Then that would mean you're the one we were told wanted us to come here? Actually, I suspect that would be a friend of mine.
Wait, how do you know Sarah?
Why does she always have to be such a mischief maker? I swear. She could have at least given me a little warning that you were coming.
There wasn't Alphine.
Elise?
Anyway, where are my manners? Welcome to St. Estrella Girls' School. I hope you'll enjoy your visit. Right this way.
Visit? What? Damn it, Sarah, what are you doing now? Facepalm. In Australia's girls' school. Hey, boys! I think we've seen that uniform before. It's from Thor's military. Brother went to study there. That must be some of the acquaintances that Laura was talking about. Fee needs a hug, apparently. Yep, even at the other girls' school, they're still commenting on Emma's figure. I feel their stares burning holes in my head. Pay them no mind. Certainly be the stars of the show today. And Laura's as popular as ever. I can't say that being admired doesn't feel nice, but don't be too hard on them. We don't have many opportunities to meet people from outside the school. You think that boy from in the front is a commoner? I'm not sure, but either way, he looks so handsome. How do you think they know Elise? Actually, you're alright. This is kind of uncomfortable. Are all they the same age as you, Elise? I don't know and I don't care! Yikes. Tone it down a notch, would you? Rose and Garden, huh?
What's in here?
It looks like an indoor garden. This is the Academy's Rose Garden. The person who called you here is waiting inside.
Must be
Who
Elfin.
did call us here anyway?
Whoever they are, they must have considerable social standing.
Your Highness, I brought the
Yep.
guests. Thank you. Please show them in.
Yep.
No way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now, if you'll follow me. I knew it.
Yep.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. My name is Alphin. Alphin Rice Arner. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Come on, Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, all right? I was only trying to tease you a little. Don't you have something you
Yeah.
wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead. Well, that aside, it's been a long time since I last saw both of you, Eustace and Laura.
I didn't know that Laura
I'm
had...
glad to see you're both well.
Oh, no, that's true. She did mention it.
Likewise, Your Highness.
You've become even more fetching since we last met.
Aw, thank you. I was rather hoping that you'd decide to enroll in Saint Estrella too. But it seems you chose to attend Thor's after all.
Well, I've committed myself to following the way of the sword, and Thor's gives me a place to hone my skills. I apologize for not being able to live up to your expectations.
First I lost Angelica to Thor's, then you too.
That doesn't surprise me.
Perhaps I should just transfer there next year myself. Your Highness. Got you to look.
Well done.
But
Well, she seems lively.
She seems far more easygoing than I was expecting.
I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person.
So, this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming.
I can see why people always compare her to an angel.
Me too.
Oh, a new
Please
hat?
don't worry about me. Well, I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility. I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy.
Alfin must be the wonderful friend she mentioned.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend.
Yep, there
Kind
it
of an
is.
understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Elfin.
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you, Reen Schwarzer.
I'm sure she's heard plenty of
Elise
stories.
has told me so
Yep.
much about you. Your Highness!
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she has. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Reen. Oh, it's so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are.
Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
Actually,
Nani?
I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask.
Ah, the root of the
Do you
meeting.
think I could join Elise in thinking of you as my dear brother as well?
What?
Your Highness! You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family. And
Sounds
now
flattering.
that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer.
I wonder if it's a political
I
tactic
have
of
2
some kind.
brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
I mean, you can't say no to the princess.
I couldn't possibly. I mean,
That's enough, Your Highness.
Ooh, that was
Aw, don't be so stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little. Anyway, that
Agreed.
aside, the reason I called you here today was not to talk with me. There is someone else who would like to meet you.
I'm guessing it's her brother.
It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean? Hey, isn't that...
A guitar? No, a lute?
Oh, it seems he's arrived. Oh,
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
Yep, all of her.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
And you as well, young lady. Well, I trust everyone here has been making themselves comfortable.
who's this guy?
I'm not sure, though I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
I serve as a music instructor in the hallowed halls of this fine academic institution. In truth, I am ever on the hunt for that elusive mayfly we call love. But that might raise eyebrows at a girls' school. But whose pulse would not quicken wandering into this untainted cloister of dew-eyed maidens? Ah, the romance.
Could he be?
That's quite enough.
Yep, the only one that would dare raise a hand to royal family would
Any
be
more of that, and
both
our
siblings.
guests may start edging toward the exit.
Ah,
No one else would have the
always
courage
count
to
on
do
you
that.
to never miss a beat, my dear sister. Oh, wait. So this is...
Whoa.
Indeed. Tis I, Olivert Rice Arner, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the debaucherous prince.
Well, he seems to wear that title with
I
pride.
also serve as Thor's Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
Yeah, that makes sense. I thought there were only 3 members of the board, though. It was Governor Ragnitz, Elise's mom, I forget what her name is, and Elise's older brother. I also can't remember the name for some reason. I'm blacking out on that.
I have to admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness.
Oh, chairman. Alright, that makes sense.
I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thor's? I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
I guess.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you. Is it really true, though? I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
Indeed, I was. You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in the Burl 2 years ago.
Interesting.
You were in Liberl back then?
That would put your visit during the incident that occurred there, correct?
Right. All I've done since I returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl. As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion. One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's military academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Guilty as
Yes,
charged.
the idea was mine. Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I
You
think
guys
I'm
got good
finally starting
attunement.
to understand the reasoning behind Class 7, and why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
I thought that already been
To
established.
show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions. That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes. However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts, not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that.
Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it. Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision.
But why is it called 7 though? It's the 6th class. It should be class 6.
Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the classes run day to day. Even so, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this.
Oh, okay.
That was when Alphen stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
I see. Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother. But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to. Your Highness!
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness. I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7. Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist just to fulfill your progressive ideal?
What do you...
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors besides. My older brother Rufus,
Rufus,
Imperial
that's his
Governor
name.
Karl Regnitz, and
And
Irina
Irina?
Reinford of the Reinford Group.
That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you mention it,
They do seem to have certain expectations for us.
Precisely. As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors. As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide.
Mm-hmm.
And while Chairman Irina is mostly involved with Class 7's technology, like the Arcus, her intentions are a mystery to me.
I bet that makes him a bit nervous,
It's
huh?
those 3 who decide where you'll travel for your field studies.
I thought that was
Is that
Sarah's
right?
job.
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
Very astute, Laura.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established.
Well, compromise is the art of politics.
I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country. Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. But that's just me. Don't feel too pressured by it. Your students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth count.
I like him.
You know, it's weird, but hearing you say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the Class 7 would be a great light.
Who's the we?
Is there someone else involved with Thor's who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke. I once attended Thor's myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
Cool.
I see.
I'm sure that definitely helped.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the academy.
While he has no direct control over the running of the academy, he does preside over the board meetings. And above all, he's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
An excellent team, you say?
I'm assuming that's referring to
Are
Sarah?
you referring to Instructor Sarah?
Well, she's certainly one of them.
Yeah, she is quite capable despite her seemingly laissez-faire
Still,
approach.
coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class 7 a great foundation.
She is quite capable on the battlefield.
She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Wait, what?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebonia?
Oh yeah, I have no doubt.
Exactly what experience might you be referring to?
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself. She was known as the Purple Lightning. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Wait. Purple Lightning?
I knew it.
If you two have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right. Though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's most famous bracers.
Mm-hmm.
She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest bracer to achieve A-rank status. Back then,
Impressive.
she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
Obviously saved. It's been a little while. But yeah, she's basically Kakashi. And we'll continue. We got a little more time. Thanks for seeing us out. I never would have guessed you were friends with Prince Alphen of all people. I wish I knew what you said was genuine. Hey, Elise? Thank you all for taking the time to come here today. Take care on your way back to your lodgings. We will, thank you. Thanks for showing us around. Good night. Good night, everyone. What? Don't worry. I kind of understand where she's coming from. I doubt anyone would have guessed that Her Highness would extend such a bold invitation to you. I'm not sure how that's my fault. True enough. Excuse me. Stop it. Yes, I almost forgot. I have a small favor I'd like to ask you. Of me? Your Highness? Oh, you're going to ask him. But of course. You see, tomorrow I'll be attending a garden party sponsored by the local government for the start of the festival. Or rather, Machia's father invited me to attend. Yes, I seem to recall hearing that myself. That's the one of the Crystal Garden Mater Park, right? Indeed. Anyway, let's not waltz around the matter. I was rather hoping you would join me as my dance partner, Reen. What? Huh? Does that mean? Do you think Her Highness knows that old saying? A dance today, a wedding tomorrow? I'm sure that's fully in the realm of tabloid speculation. Still, there's no denying that many will interpret it that way. Whoa, hold on a minute. I don't think I can... I mean, it would be an honor, but it's like too great an honor for someone like me. Not at all. The father may be a variant, but the Schwarzers long had deep ties with the Imperial family. I apologize if this comes across as rude, but inviting you would likely create less opposition if I were to invite Eustace. I see. Well, I can't deny that. You needn't apologize. I find your choice rather fascinating, actually. Eustace, you're not helping. Anyway, I really don't think I'm the man you want. Sometimes I can barely keep from tripping over my own feet. Is that so? Elise once told me that she asked you to help her practice the finer points of ballroom dancing. In fact, she says you're an excellent dancer. You step lightly and very gracefully. Is that not true, Rain? Well... I understand. It was rude of me to trouble you with such a petition like this on such short notice. And besides, I don't suppose you would have much interest in dancing with a little girl like me. No. That's not what I mean, Your Highness. That's my sister, alright. She really knows how to twist the knife. Your Highness, please. You too, Prince Oliver. Looks like they're having fun. I had no idea the Imperial family was such a lively and cheerful bunch. I get the feeling they aren't all like this. Ah, I see now. How could it have not crossed my mind? Perhaps the truth is that you already have your heart set on someone else. Or is there someone else you're already courting? Well, do you? I'm positively dying to know which maiden has conquered the battlefield of your heart. Wait, I mean... Yikes, how am I going to get out of this one? I'm not sure how to turn her down gently. Very well, I shall know it this time. Huh? However, next year I'll be 16, just like your sister. That's when I'll be making my debut into high society, so I'll be very happy if you'd give her my invitation to some thought. Yeah, that's a bit tough. Well, aren't you the lucky one? The Highness really seems to have taken a liking to you. You really ought to have accepted her invitation. It might have led to something truly unexpected in the future. Nah, I doubt it. It seemed like she just took an interest in me because I'm her friend's brother. She didn't seem all that serious about it, so I figured she was just trying to tease the two of us. Can't deny it seemed that way. But I got the impression that wasn't all that was going on there. You weren't the one feeling nervous that whole time. Prince Oliver was even more unusual person than I had heard. No doubt about that. He seemed entertaining to be around. To think that he's the one who made Class 7 possible. It seemed easygoing, but hearing him talk about a class made what we're up doing feel even more important. And besides, he gave us plenty of other useful info. Yeah, including the fact that the board of directors seems to have their own agenda for us. I have no idea what they're planning, but their motive seems to be incredibly suspicious. Agreed. Hearing about the instructor's background kind of threw me for a loop, too. I wouldn't have imagined she used to be a bracer. Maybe because you don't really see them around anymore to begin with. A rank, more or less, is the highest you can be, too. I assume you already know about her history, too? Yep. The guild is every Jaeger Corps' main competition, after all. Probably even ran into her a few times during our operations. Really? Unbelievable. Almost forgotten about those good old days. Instructor? And how long have you been there? So, sounds like you finally found out about my work history, huh? I guess that kind of tarnishes my ravaging adult charm a bit, then. I hate to break it to you, but you didn't have any to begin with. Shh. Did you hear an old maid sighing? What was that? Good evening, everyone. Captain Claire? This is quite an unusual combination. Let me be the first to assure you that this wasn't my idea, but the governor's asked me to tell you that tomorrow's field study is being put on hold. Instead, you'll get the exciting opportunity to help this lady and her goons with their evil schemes. Huh? What evil schemes? Sarah, can you maybe not try to put them off entirely before I've had the chance to explain? Actually, there is a matter I'd like all of you to help us with. discussed this with the governor, and he decided this would be the best way to handle the issue. Well, he'd be so kind as to get on board. I'll explain everything to you at the command post in Heimdall Central Station. Geez, if they've got armored cars, it must be serious. Terrorists? Indeed, I'm afraid we have no choice but to define them as such. Unfortunately, we have no clue as to their aim, nor do we know the names of the group's members, its size, or its history. At present, it doesn't even seem that the terrorist group has established a name for itself. There's a lot of unknowns. Would I be correct in assuming the man we met in the North Highlands, who was trying to start a war as a member? Ah! Getting in. So he's one of them, He said his name was Gideon, or G, or something like that. So that's what the man you encountered in the Highlands was up to. He does sound like the terrorist type, and he thinks he and his group are going to try something tomorrow on the first day of the summer festival? We're currently operating under that assumption, yes. Summer festival lasts 3 days, but unlike festivals in other provinces, only the first day garners much attention. It's been a month since the incident in North. If they intend to make their next move soon, tomorrow is a likely time. I'd have to agree. Terrorists do love their time in the spotlight after all. And considering how easily Gideon gave you his name, I'm betting we'll start to see them acting more openly soon. First, you gather arms and other like-minded allies in secret. Then you reveal yourself with a bang and keep going in quick succession. That's a typical terrorist MO. I see. And you want us to assist in countermeasures against them? Right. The RMP will be joining forces with the Heimdall Military Police to bolster the capital's security. Unfortunately, as big as the capital is, I can't say with complete confidence there will be no holes in our security. That's where you come in. You'll be assisting our security measures as a reserve force. It sure would be nice if the guild was still active here. They would have come in mighty handy right about now. Yes, I don't disagree. Sarah, you do know that the RMP has no involvement with the guild's withdrawal from the capital, right? Oh, really? I mean, your boss and that brother of yours hardly make their opposition to the guild more obvious if they tried. Well, wow, these two really seem to have a messy history between them. It sure looks that way, especially where the guild is concerned. Although it sounds like your brother has been keeping busy recently in Crossbow. So what's it gonna be? Whether you choose this as your field study task for tomorrow is totally up to you. If you decline, there are plenty of tasks the governor needs taken care of, like you've been doing the last 2 days. The summer festival is a busy time after all, lots of little details that need to be squared away. I think I speak for Group A when I say we'll be glad to join with the anti-terrorist countermeasures. Group B feels the same. Alright then. Thank you for your assistance, everyone. Now let's move right along to confirming the patrol routes you'll be following. Sunday, 2300. Oh, y'all staying out late tonight. Tomorrow is gonna suck. Gonna have to get some extra coffee, I think. Wow, this place sure brings back memories. Up until about 1.5 years ago, I swing by here at least once a week. Really? I wouldn't be surprised if I see you around before then.